Alright, so these are the winners for the MCU Spider-Man giveaway. Now DM me on Discord with proof of a YouTube comment / profile, and I will give you guys the codes for the Spider-Man skin. So congratulations to Ricky, Boogie, and Sky. You guys have won, and make sure you guys DM me on Discord. And without further ado, let's get back to the video. Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Lejeune here. Now we back at another video. Now as you guys see in today's video, y'all, I have found the sauce. I found a way to you can melt bosses with Spider-Man with a little bit of help, but I found the sauce, y'all. Look, before we get to the video, if you guys go to enjoy it, you guys liked it, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell as well so you miss a video and also be notified when I upload a video. And most importantly, make sure you guys hit that like button. So without further ado, let's get into this build video for Spider-Man.
Damn, homie, they ain't ready for this. Scatter shot, I'm working, hurt them worse than slitting your wrist. Hit subscribe, smash like, ring the bell, stay tuned. Now without further ado, here's the duel of June. Yeah.
Alright, so what you guys see right here is my Spider-Man hybrid build. As you guys see with my stats, we got 3,000 melee, we got range at 5,600, and we got heroic at 5,000. So let's go on to show my actual stats itself. So for my melee, I have 275, precision 461, proficiency 0, valor 460. For my resolve, I have 90, resilience and intensity is 91. And my charge rate for my abilities is 15.3 and 23.8. So of course, since this is a hybrid build and / boss killing build, the thing or the move I guess you could say that does a lot of damage is the web repeater. Now this scales off of precision itself, so that's the mistake I made at first. I thought this scaled off of might. Alright, so I forgot to put this in the video, but I want to give a quick shout out to the homie R Jordy. He was the person that I found out that the web repeater actually scales off of precision instead of might, and that changed how I made the build completely. And I want to give a quick shout out to him. So you guys go subscribe to his channel. His link will be in the description below. But yeah, shout out to homie. So without further ado, let's get back to the video. But it scales off of precision, so make sure you have precision. That's why my precision is very high, because the web repeater actually does a lot of damage. Now the only downfall about this is the fact that since this is a circular type move, not all the webs hit at once, especially on the boss. The most I've seen it hit at once on the boss is 3 times and 2 times, but it really depends on the position that you're in. You really have to be up close and really get lucky when it comes to the web repeater, which is very unfortunate. But if it was like a closer spread, it would be insane. I promise, it really would. But unfortunately it's not. But the highest number I've seen with the web repeater with fully buffed and everything was 308k, which is pretty insane per hit. So that's pretty crazy. So I'm going to go into my build and basically explain how I'm able to do this damage. So let's get into it. Now the one thing I gotta say, that the fact is this build is not complete. There's some things I'm missing from the raid that would really make this go to a next level. But unfortunately, if you guys have been playing the raid lately, you know how buggy it is. It's bad. Like it's bad. It really is. And unfortunately, that really hurts the game a lot, because the groups I usually run with don't even want to play because of the raid bugs and everything. And I don't even blame them. I really don't, especially with the recent nerfs and all that stuff. And also with no communication and nothing on the roadmap yet. I don't blame them. I really don't. And the second thing is, the fact is, there's still pieces that are bugged that doesn't work with the raid gear, which is example is the public menace ward. I don't know why I was about to say that wrong, but the middle perk does not work with raid gear at all, and it really would help out Spider-Man's capabilities a lot when it comes to melting bosses. But unfortunately, it doesn't work. I don't know why it's not fixed yet, but hey, you know, we can release, skin. Bruh. But we're going to get into this raid gear. So for the first slot we do have is from the elite raid. We have the heavy combo finishers deal vibranium, and of course, since this is a hybrid build and the raid gear does drop a very good stat rolls for hybrids, we got might, valor, and precision on one piece, which is very nice and high stat rolls. And of course at the bottom we got Spider's extension. Enemies remain well for additional 3 seconds, which is pretty good. So this is what I rock right here. For the range slot I have, which is pretty a god roll to be real, I have 2 of them that is god roll. I have my precision and valor on here. I got granted magnifier while sending out sonic conduit. The sender's attack confused with any status deal 15% increased damage. So that's for my web repeater, heavy combo finisher. I do 15% increase more damage when sending out sonic conduit. For my web shooters, I got sonic and flawless buff. I have right there for the hybrid mix. with melee. So Flawless Buff only procs on melee hits. It's been like that since the perk came out with Wakanda. I guess they put it on the range slot so they can open more diversity, I guess, when it comes to build, instead of relying on targeted buff, proficient buff, and all that. So yeah, that's what I have for my range slot. For my middle slot, this comes from, if I remember correctly, this comes from the priority missions. Yeah, the priority missions. And honestly, this piece is pretty good, to be honest. But the thing is, I will really honestly would like to use the public menace ward instead of this. But since it doesn't work with the raid gear, you know, I'm just stuck having to use this. But the second perk and the third perk is not bad at all. Defeating enemies while Wrecking Ball is active extends the ability by 2.5, which is nice. And the bottom one increases the 50% increased damage on status, crit chance, and normal damage of web shooter attacks, which is not bad at all. So this piece is pretty good. But if you guys want to wait out to that public menace ward, you know, this will really help out Spider-Man a lot. It really would. But unfortunately, until now, you can either use the Ward of Responsibility or a raid slide or just a regular slide that's a legendary, depending on you what you want to do. But that is what I do for Spider-Man. And for the heroic slide, I have the elite version of the heroic slide, which has Spider Drone's destruction, increase the damage of Spider Drone, status, critical damage, and normal damage by 20%, which is very good. And of course, we got the good rolls, Valor, Precision, and Might. And we got Receiving Tempest as well. While receiving it, we'll get Assault Heroic damage increase. It does increase it by 20 to 25%, so it does a lot of damage. The highest number I've seen from this so far is 150k with a regular web bomb throw, so it does some damage. So for the minor artifact, I do have the triple precision across the board 64 for the heroic assault, and we also have heavyweight breaker. Since we're doing heavy combo finishers on bosses, you're going to need something like this. I got this from the vendor, so I got really lucky. And the same thing for this one, I have heavyweight breaker as well, and I got this from the gold chest that drops in vaults. Here Comes the Pain and vaults. So that's where I got this one, and yeah, that is what I rock. And now for my major artifacts, I swap it out. For if I'm doing bosses, I use the Norn Stone. If I'm just defeating regular enemies and just a lot of ads, I use the Ring of Nebulon, because you get your abilities back way faster. And that's what I really use, to be honest. Sometimes I use the Tactic Gun if I feel like it, but I don't use it a lot. It does a lot of damage, increase your status damage by a lot, but I just really use the Ring of Nebulon and the Norn Stone. It's really good on Spider-Man. Now, the pieces that I stated that I am missing, I'm missing the minor artifact that has the vibranium payload on it. I have it on Thor. Let me show you real quick. It actually is really good. See, range critical attacks activates vibranium payload, which is very good. I would really would need that, to be honest. And I also have this slot right here, which if I could get this with my precision and valor with heavy combo finishers on Sonic, it'll be very good, because the web repeater is basically shoots out webs and it counts as range attacks. So when you're doing range attacks to get that crit, it's going to activate that vibranium payload, and you already got Sonic with the heavy combo finisher, so that's instant battery damage right there, and it would really help me out a lot. And as I stated, I have two pieces of this that's Gyro. I have this one with Sonic, and I have this one with vibranium, so I'm set. I'm very set on this. And if I could get, once Public Menace War starts working again, my drone is going to be doing the range damage of this. So say for instance, I have vibranium on the heavy combo finishers, and I got Sonic on my range slot. Once I do apply the vibranium with the heavy combo finisher and my drone, activate my drone is going to be doing instant battery damage, since I have this on with the Public Menace Ward, and it's going to be doing some crazy damage. So yeah, that is basically what I'm missing, to be honest, when it comes to the stuff that I need for this build to go to the next level. But for right now, what it's at, I can still do some crazy damage. And also another thing I forgot to put in here, you can also use this piece as well when you're defeating just mobs or enemies. If you want to be that type of character or player that wants to generate a lot of orbs for your characters, for your players in general, Spider-Man is very good at generating orbs in general. So to have this on with the signal deconstructor and also a Spider Drone's generator, It is super, super, super good. So also this drops from the 14th floor hive as well. So good luck on that. But they did buff the drops recently, so you can get a chance of getting this. But yeah, hopefully I explained all that to you guys real quick. But let's go into my skills. So for my skills, of course, I have this one on, the high emissions for the spider drone. This makes the spider drone do so much damage. It's insane. I will honestly recommend having this. The highest number I've seen with the spider drone itself with the Nornstone damage buff activated was around 180k, close to 200k. So it can do some damage. It really can. So I would highly recommend having this for the spider drone, and for the bottom slot, special delivery. It emits an energy dampening field that gives all enemies defeated a near chance to drop a heroic orb. Now this seems to be a high chance for Spider-Man because it drops a lot of orbs when you have the spider drone activated, and it is very good. So I would highly recommend having this one. So of course, with the for the assault with the web bomb, I use web retraction. The only reason why I had this on is because if you want to just do immediate damage to a boss or something like that, having this one is very good. But since we're going to be fighting gruesome ads, I would honestly recommend having this one. It does some crazy damage, and it also ties them up and puts them in one place, so you can activate your ultimate and do that crazy burst damage automatically like that. And for the other slot, I have this one, increase the damage dealt by web bomb by 20%. So for my ultimate, when I'm fighting bosses, I have Spider's Nest because it continuously does damage once it's on the ground with little tick damage. And also I do have this on right here, and spun up. All web status damage is boosted by 10% while Wrecking Ball is activated. Now the only reason why I use this is because you know, if you know, web status doesn't work on bosses. So why not have all web status damage boosted by 10%, and it's going to boost the spider's nest, and it's going to boost my spider drone's damage. So why not have this, to be honest? So if we're fighting just gruesome ads, I would recommend having spider signal, and I would recommend having the speedy recovery. Now the only reason why I say speedy recovery is because if you have this chest piece right here, the award of great responsibility, you have the middle perk, defeated enemies while Wrecking Ball is active, extends the duration by 2.5. Now there's no point of having another duration on it, but if you want to have that extra duration, you can. But I really don't use it, to be real, since I already have that chest piece on, so I use this one. Now once the Public Menace Wars start working again for Spider-Man, I will swap this piece, I will swap this out and change it to this, so I can have that extended duration. So that's what I use. For bosses, I use this one, and for just defeating mobs, I use this one and this one. So let's go into my mastery. Now my mastery for melee, I use this one. Now a secret thing about this, the crit chance for all melee damage, it counts for just in general. So you see right now my crit chance is at 17.8%. If I put this on, it's going to go to 27.8%. You see right there, it just changed. So I get an increase, just an extra 10% increased crit chance, just like that. And it is pretty good, to be real, since I have 0 proficiency. Having an extra crit chance is very, very helpful. So it depends on you what you want to do. If you want that extra crit chance, go for this one. But if you want to do more damage with your heavy combo finishers and just combo finishers in general, use this one. So of course I use this one. Increase the middle critical damage of all melee by 10. Takedowns generate heroic orbs. Since this is a hybrid build, I use this one. Sharpshooter, increase the range damage of web shooters by 30%. It is pretty crazy how much damage you can really do with this. The highest number I've seen with fully buffed using my web shooters with this build is around 60k per shot. Once you're in the sharing room, and doing 60k per shot is pretty crazy. It really is. It just goes to show how much damage range damage actually does in this game, which is pretty crazy. Of course, these two slots don't really matter, to be honest, so you can use whatever. Of course, for the web status, I use webbed enemies take 10% more melee damage, and I use this middle slot, increase critical chance by 50% against webbed enemies. and I use this one, Web Sense. Web enemies that are defeated have a 30% chance to drop intrinsic orb. Now, if you guys don't know, intrinsic orbs are very good on Spider-Man if you guys have the Ring of Nebulon on, because the Ring of Nebulon increases the amount of energy you get back by a certain percentage. You guys see right there, it's the first one. So if you have this on with intrinsic orbs, you will instantly get your intrinsic back, and you can automatically go into a takedown and just do infinite takedowns. So that's the main reason why I have that on Spider-Man when it comes to that. And for the intrinsic ability, now this is bugged with the recent patch. It made it where you can select another one, which benefits us, but you know, they're gonna nerf it eventually. So if you don't have this, I would say just use the first one and increase the damage of the next attack by 50% after doing the perfect evade. And for the second one, I would have intrinsic recovery. Performing the perfect evade generates some intrinsic. And for this third one, I would say use the middle one, Spidey's defense, reduce the amount of damage taken by 30% while intrinsic meter is full. Now this is very good on bosses since you can't do no takedowns on bosses. So why not have this? You take 30% less damage when your intrinsic meter is full. So for my champion levels, it's still the same thing: crit damage boost, crit chance, heroic charge rate, and perk chance. And the rest is whatever you want to do after you get those filled out. But yeah, that is basically what I use for Spider-Man. Hopefully I broke down a lot. I talked for a good minute, so hopefully I explained a lot for you guys on what I currently have and what I would do in the future. So yeah, that is it, to be honest. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video as I enjoyed making it. But before we head out, if you guys are not, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn on post notifications to miss the video. And those be notified when I upload a video. And most importantly, make sure you guys hit that like button. Of course, I do have a Discord. If you guys want to join the Discord, the link is below for that. Also, I do stream on Twitch. If you guys want to come out to the Twitch streams, the link is below for that one as well. Also, I do have memberships on the channel. I'm going to give a quick shout out to the memberships. I greatly appreciate it for y'all being memberships. I really appreciate it. And also, I will be announcing the giveaway winners. I probably announced it in the beginning, but of course, if you haven't seen it, I will show the giveaway winners right here. If you guys won, make sure you guys either DM me on Discord with proof of your comment, and you know, just let me know, and I will give you guys those codes immediately. But yeah, I'm about to let the gameplay roll out and show how much damage Spider-Man can actually do with this build, with the hybrid build. I think I melted the Super Adaptoid in 25 seconds or 24. It was one of them, but it's pretty crazy. So yeah, without further ado, hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay, and I'm gone. Peace.